hearing other people's deep transformation can spark insight in us. This video is going to look at real life people's change and transformations in embodied learning. And by listening to them, it lights a spark within us.
I want to talk about a client, a student that came, and she came from a spiritual understanding that was quite cognitive centric. And she has loss. I have loss. She lost a child and significant others. And one of the things that someone said to her was, you just need to stop thinking about it. You do see that you're thinking about it. This was an understanding that spoke about thought creates feeling. But within Wholality, we are these beautiful, divine, biochemical, electromagnetic, plasma-like beings, all of which is spiritual. And our body is the biggest sensory organ that we have. Our brain, cognitive, our brain is a processor. And so when we lose something, there is a sensory deficit.
Yes.
There is a heart deficit. There is a gut ache. There is all of it that comes along with it before we even have a thought about it.
Yeah.
So reintegrating this and offering a map for her unique experience and for her to understand what was happening in her physicality was such a gift. And it was a lifesaver for her. And she was very grateful for it. So
she was allowed to mourn.
She was allowed to be human. Allowed to be human.
She wasn't being judged for having a human experience.
Right. She was allowed to express herself within the wholality of life.
Yeah.
And this is really what it's all about.
With social media, your sort of things are flashed at you all the time about, change your thinking and you change your life. And so it's your fault if you're not happy, because all you need to do is change your, your thinking. And that's all you need to do. And it's as easy as that. I was almost like drifting along on that theory for a while. And then my son died, and the biggest shock and trauma I've ever had in my life. And suddenly I thought, this doesn't work. This just is not resonating with me anymore. And yet I was still, I guess there was a part of me that was still looking and reading and trying and thinking, well, maybe there's something I should be doing. And this whole notion that doing in grief is a joke. There's no doing to fix grief. It's so much deeper. And so when I was waking up or experiencing things in the day where I could feel my body go through, I could feel sensations in my body and then almost like panic and, going into the shock of what had happened. I thought, you don't think yourself out of this. There is something happening to me that is meant to be happening. It's not something that needs to be fixed. And it's not something that I push away or pretend isn't happening. I allow it to happen. And it was through that time where I was just kind of on the cusp of feeling really out of place in that other way of thinking, that I came across you and Jules, and I just had this heartfelt, it was as if it was just like I was being given a life ring. I was out in the ocean drowning, and I was suddenly, if someone was coming to just rescue me, to make me see that I wasn't going along the long lines with my thinking, that there was something happening in my body that I was experiencing. And what this course has done for me, it's brought me so much peace, much more richness of life in terms of all that we are, all that we feel. I have a greater respect and honouring of all that I am, all of my feelings, my body, my entire whole experience of being a human being.
Your turn.
We had another one, Renee, I'm allowed to say her name, she's a healer. She spent loads of years in law of attraction and vibrational medicine and really intuitive. And she kind of had this thing whereby if you were joyful, if you were high vibe, if you were abundant, you know, you were doing life right.
5D.
And if you had a bad day, you were feeling, you know, in lack mentality, or you're in a low vibration, then you were doing life wrong. So there's this splitness to her experience, and she kept trying to be high vibe and avoid being low vibe. And there's judgment here, and well, I'm doing great here. So there's this split human experience. And so when she came across Wholality and she got rid of the line between both and saw both as wholly, innately human, that we do both, and even got rid of both, just saw them as one experience in polarities.
Yeah.
She finally allowed herself to go within what you would call the darkness.
Yeah.
And she realized, oh my God, and I could show the video, I am carrying so much baggage.
I think you should show
that
it.
in my high vibeness, I ignored, I vilified, I didn't want to look at, that wasn't me.
Right.
And that was pulling her down for years under the surface of her experience.
You cannot describe how this undoes your erroneous perceptions, your erroneous beliefs, stuff you didn't even know you were carrying inside of you. Stuff you didn't even know you were a slave to.
And when she started having a loving awareness and relationship and befriending all of that stuff, it changed everything.
What impact has it had on me? It gave me back to myself. To the point that I'm okay right here in this moment. Because you know why? This is me. And I'm the only one that can be me. I mean, I can try, and I have tried to be like other people because, you know, I was taught, well, that's a little better than what you are, and, you know, whatever. But now I know that there's only one Renee-ness. I mean, there's other Renees, but they're Renee-ness. But it's me, Renee-ness. And I was taking the good parts of me, and that's my wholeness. And the other parts of me needed some work, but like all of us. But no. All of it, every bit of me, my thoughts, my feelings, my fears, every bit of it is all of me. And I have learned to love and accept all those parts of me, even the ones that I was taught I needed to change or ignore or press down. And for me, it's like I can't even take in the depth and height and scope, peace beyond understanding.
I think one of the things that was real popular to say, if it doesn't resonate, and that's kind of the school that she came from. And I like that. It's beautiful. But a lot of things that want to be seen don't resonate at first.
Can you explain what you mean by that?
Well, the prickly dark places.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody wants to turn towards that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we find ourselves alienating parts of ourselves, pushing away energy that wants to be seen, wants to be noticed. And that's what we do within the wholality of life. That's what we do. We notice, we honor, we integrate, we ignite it. And with that, we have Renee.
Yeah. We'll put her video up. She said, I'm experiencing a peace beyond measure.
Right.
Not because she was being high vibe, but because there's an integration of the whole polarity, the light and the dark in one unification.
Right. And pointing her back to herself. She is she is unique. Her entire wholality of her whole life is unique, and to honor that. And I think that was really huge for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one, Hannah, and again, I can put the video up. She's a yoga teacher and a coach, And she says she spent her whole life trying to find the answer to oneness, doing all these fragmented different approaches.
Wholality for me is finally a way of articulating the meaning of life and why we are here. I have been seeking the answer to those questions for as long as I can remember. It might sound a bit far-fetched, but Wholality really answers the biggest questions anyone can have about our purpose here. It has allowed me to articulate how our experience of life works and how we, as entangled as we are in this energetic field, how we are all one, we are all connected. It's given me the language to articulate that. It is the answer to oneness. It's falling away of judgment. It's so much easier to navigate things when you feel connected.
She said that she found the answer to oneness,
Right.
okay, that she'd been searching for her whole life.
Yeah.
But not only that, it allowed her to articulate the unity. And in fact, I'm pretty sure, if you're a yoga teacher, put in the comments, but I'm pretty sure yoga means unity.
Yoke.
So she could then articulate the unity of the wholality of life to her clients and her students. Yeah, that was really interesting.
Right.
And she spent thousands of dollars on all these fragmented approaches before that as well.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Student was amazing, Azra. Oh, she's such an amazing human. You worked with her.
did.
You met her years ago. She
Yeah.
was around and understanding that that focused more on thought, but also that if you're having a bad day, you don't understand where your experience is coming from. And to me, that doesn't offer space and for the wholality of life.
Yeah.
Because the wholality of life is all that it is. Like, there is that natural intrinsic rhythm. And when she came to, she's our master facilitator now. She came to Hawaii and she said, this is like a warm blanket.
Our heads get full of all the things we should be. We should be joyful all the time. We should never get angry. We should be connected with something, and that we shouldn't feel bad. We shouldn't have low time. All those messages take away our humanness, because our humanness is to ebb and flow. Sometimes we're on top of the mountain and sometimes we're at the bottom of it. And that's the natural flow of life. And there isn't a person that doesn't go through that. But what we've been trained to do is to try and make it all appear like we're always on the top of the mountain, and there's something shameful about being sad or being hurt or feeling betrayed. Or instead of, this is the natural flow and you will naturally flow up, and that you need those times in order to relax and get quiet and see what those slow times and ebbing times are trying to tell me about who I am. The main thing I got out of this training was a level of self-love that I hadn't felt before, of self-acceptance, the permission to love me just the way I am. It took away the guilt, the shame. It just opened up a place inside of me that was unique and one with the divine, part of the divine. It feels like a divine embrace.
You know, it's a safe space that allows you to be human, but also you understand, you know, the divine system and how it all works. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember her saying a divine embrace. It
Yes,
allowed
there
her
we
to
go.
be human, allowed her to have challenges and bad days and not be judged or vilified. And also, it put her in touch with lifelong physiological patterns of
Yes.
trauma that she'd been ignoring that had really affected her life for so long. She
Right.
started turning towards it with loving awareness and
Right.
integrating it.
Right.
Yeah. It's amazing what happens when you stop vilifying your humanity and start befriending it.
And that's,
Yeah.
and that, again, it takes time.
Yeah.
It is going to be messy. but it's priceless, guiding you back to your own wholality of life, to your own inner terrain, to the bits and pieces of you that want to be seen, so that you may move forward in life together, harmonized as one whole being is such a gift. And it's such an honor to be able to do this, to help other exquisitely divine humans go back and find themselves.
Yeah, in fact, I would say that one of the main reasons people come to us is because the understanding or approach isn't embracing the totality of them.
Right.
Parts are vilified or pushed aside or not spiritual or not true. And then that part is screaming. I don't know, I'm getting emotional again. It's screaming for their attention. It just wants to be loved, like it wants to be accepted. There's parts of us that just need our loving presence. And when we're pushing them away, and that's not me, and that's not my true nature, and that's just thought, it's unheard, it's dissociated. And that was what was causing the problems within them.
Yeah, I know.
And like one last student, I'm trying to make this about students, like Essi.
Oh, it was such an honor to work with Essi.
My goodness me. Like Essi, she came off 3 long-term medications.
Working with Essi, moving together with her was such an honor because we dove in. We dove in deep into her inner terrain, into understanding the corners of all that she is within the depths of her landscape, of her
she was
inner
really
landscape.
Fearless.
Yeah, and together it was such an honor to be able to what I want to say is I've been there within my own being. And so when you're there within your own being, within the depths of the scariness that lives within you, and you integrate and harmonize your own being, you go back and you help others find theirs.
Yeah.
And that's what it was such a gift and such an honor to do.
I was diagnosed with many conditions throughout my life. And around 2004, I pretty much fell apart. And since I started the program was that I've been able to get off of prescription medications that I had been on for one of them 10 years, one of them 15 years. Knowing that I am not broken.
And she, a bit like Kevin Tanger mentioned in another video, she talks about an inner okayness.
An inner okayness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's really seen what it means to go within herself, her own guru, her own wisdom,
absolutely.
her own direction. Yeah. So those are just a few stories. I'll put a link directly to many of their video testimonies so you can see it for yourself. But if I was to summarize this, is when we stop looking for instant fixes, quick hacks, and we really start befriending the wholality, the totality, the whole of us, the light and the dark as one in polarities, miracles happen, healing happens, expansion happens, and self-love is a natural implication of that. Over the past 6 videos, we've looked at the totality or the wholality of our mind, our body, our spirit, our entangled nature within life itself. And for many of us, going within, we have this curiosity or interest as how can I help other people? In the Great Rehumanizing series, we'll explore what becomes possible when we move beyond fragmented approaches and begin working with the wholality or the totality of the whole person. An unbroken unity, spirit, body, mind as one. Whether as a parent, friend, coach, therapist, healer or practitioner, we'll discover what actually helps people create lasting, sustainable change.